To another edition of the Capital Integrative Health Wellness webinar. Thank you so much for joining us today on a beautiful Thursday, sunny Thursday in the DC Capital Region. And today we have a very special guest, our friend Sage Raindancer. We're going to be experiencing forest bathing with Sage, and I'll introduce him in just a minute. But thank you so much, Sage, for joining us today.
You're welcome. It's my pleasure to be here.
Great. And I'll just spend a couple minutes. I wanted to just do a few breaths here just to acknowledge all the difficulty that we're kind of going through here on planet Earth, on Mother Earth, especially with India. You know, I know India is getting hit pretty hard right now by COVID. So, but you know, also the rest of the world. I think just if we could just take a moment, maybe 3 breaths, just to like put our hands in our hearts, just to send some love and energy to everyone that needs it here in the world. So deep breath in and out 3 times. Just feeling the connection between your hand, your heart, between your body and the ground. Feet might be on whatever flat surface it's on right now. Your head's in the sky or looking towards the sky, and then just taking a deep breath, feeling the air in and out through the lungs, through the chest, through the belly. Just sending good energy to those affected even more heavily by COVID right now. And one more breath in and out. Just sending some good thoughts, good vibrations for healing there. Thank you for participating in that. We have a community page, which I think some of you may know about, but not everyone. So if you'd like to join our private Facebook group, you'll be pleasantly surprised on what's in there. We talk a lot about nature, forest bathing, yoga, natural health and wellness tips that can help you take charge of your own health. So that's our community page right there. It's called CIH Community. So we'd love to have you there. And Jen or I will make sure that you get in there. We also have a group visit coming up talking about optimizing different hormones. We did thyroid this week, and we're going to be talking about the adrenal glands. And we know that forest bathing and being out in nature is really one of the best things you can do for your adrenals to boost your energy and also to balance your other hormones, sex hormones, which is coming up in later this month with estrogen, progesterone, testosterone, and then another adrenal hormone, DHEA. So we're going to be talking about all these on Tuesdays at 1 p.m. And if you're interested in that, I think there's a sign up link that Jen put out there. So one polling question we have, and then we'll chat with Sage and do some experience here, is, are you interested in a group visit on building your own immunity, what we call building your own terrain, your terrain of in your body? There's a terrain of the earth, and then there's a terrain that you're connected to the earth with, which is your body, your immune system. So are you interested in that? If you are, if there's enough people interested in it, then we'll put together a group visit on COVID-19 and building your own immunity. I like that exclamation point there, Jen, for the yes. Yes, it's great. Enthusiastic, yes.
Just give it another moment.
Yeah. So definitely enough people are interested. We'll have more information about that if we do build that together. So thank you very much. So here's the rest of our May schedule. So today, Sage is going to be talking with us and experiencing forest bathing. We also have our nutrition team, amazing nutrition team, including Holly, Araceli, and Jen, talking about integrative nutrition next Thursday. Dr. Fred Craigie is a friend of ours as well, and he will be talking on the 20th about spirituality and integrative health and the intersection between spirituality and health. And then Theodora Scarato is a executive director at Environmental Health Trust, and we'll be talking about 5G and human health at the end of the month. So that is coming up. We look forward to all those talks and chats. And we will be talking today with Sage Raindancer, who is an amazing person, amazing spirit, licensed massage therapist. He does a lot of different things, but we'll just say that licensed massage therapy is one of his specialties and gifts. He also is a professional nature and forest therapy guide. And I actually saw Sage for the first time at the GW mindfulness event that they do, I think, every Friday. And I was like, I need to connect with Sage. And we connected a bit, chatted a bit, and I thought it would be great to have you on today. So thank you so much, Sage. And I just did some hiking last week myself. I was sharing with you a little earlier before this recording, and the hiking really just made me. I could feel like I was getting healthier as I was hiking in the woods there. So yeah, and Amelia is saying that Sage was, she was in your forest bathing class at the Arboretum for the spring equinox, it looks like.
Oh,
So
hello,
welcome,
Amelia.
Sage, to this webinar today, to our Thriving Thursdays.
Thank you, Dr. Wong. Thank you for having me, and thank you, Jen, for putting this together as well. I want to thank both of you. For those of you that do not know, I am currently at the National Arboretum. I am in the Azalea collection, and that's where we will be doing our forest bathing walk for today. And if you're not familiar with forest bathing, let me just go ahead and let you know, it's not taking a bath. We are not taking a bath. I'm not pulling out my shampoo or soap or anything like that. We're actually just going to take a walk. And more so, dare I say, it would be more of a saunter, a meandering, a slow walk. That's what forest bathing is about, is just slowing down so that way we can communicate and connect, perhaps even reconnect with nature in a way that we probably haven't before. So that's what I would say nature therapy or forest bathing is about. And we'll do that by tapping in and priming our senses. So that way, perhaps we'll be seeing nature in a different way. And at the end of this, you may think, you know what, this is something I almost already do sometimes. And yes, you probably do. A lot of us have gone and connected with nature, whether it's in a forest, perhaps, or on a beach even. And that is just another way of connecting. And we've just given it a name and a way of doing that. So with that in mind, let's go ahead and focus in on forest bathing for right now. And the way we'll do that is through, as I mentioned, priming our senses. And we'll start off with what is known as the pleasures of presence. So if you are at home, hopefully no one is driving, but if you're at home or at work, or even if you are outdoors, go ahead and get yourself comfortable, whether you're sitting down or standing up. Go ahead and take a moment to adjust yourself. And this is my massage therapist mind coming into play. If you're sitting down, please try to sit on your sit bones and not your glutes. So adjust yourself if need be, and stack those vertebrae up so that way you're more upright as opposed to slouching forward. And once you find that comfortable spot, go ahead and either close your eyes or bring it to a soft gaze. And what I'm going to do is, so that way you can actually look at nature. If you want to keep your eyes open and just look at the screen, you're more than welcome to do that as well. Once you find that you are in a comfortable position, go ahead and take a nice, gentle, deep breath, filling up that diaphragm and then those lungs. And then hold for a moment, and then gently exhale. And again, nice, gentle, deep breath. And gently exhale. And as you're sitting there or as you're standing there, just take notice of what's before you. Just notice your surroundings. Let's bring our focus and attention to our ears and the sounds they may be picking up. I wonder what the furthest sound is that you can hear. I wonder what the closest sound is that your ears can pick up. And again, nice gentle deep breath. And now let's bring our focus and attention to our largest organ, which is our skin, and observe what we are sensing through our skin. What does your skin feel, I wonder? I wonder if you feel the warmth of the sun if you are outside, or perhaps the coolness of the AC if you are indoors. I wonder what it feels like with the weight of your clothing draped over you. And I wonder what it feels like to you, knowing that the earth supports you at this very moment, whether you're outside or inside. And again, nice, gentle, deep breath. Gently exhale. And now let's bring our focus to our nose. I wonder what smells your nose can pick up. If you're outdoors, perhaps putting your nose towards the breeze. Perhaps there's some flowers in your house. Perhaps a smell that you didn't notice from before. And again, nice, gentle, deep breath. And now let's bring our focus to our sense of taste. Perhaps with your tongue sticking out, just gently taking in the air through your mouth. And I wonder what your taste buds may pick up. Or perhaps curling your tongue as if it were a straw and inhaling that way. And perhaps if you're outside, again, pointing towards a breeze if there is one, and inhaling that way. And again, nice, gentle, deep breath. And if your eyes are closed, let's maintain it that way. And if it's a soft gaze, go ahead and close them. In a moment, we will open them, but not just yet. So right now, we'll focus in on our breathing and our sense of awareness. And when we slowly open our eyes, we'll know that what's before us is a new vision. Perhaps seeing something in a different way. So when you're ready, go ahead and slowly open your eyes. And again, nice, gentle, deep breath. And what I'm going to do now is just kind of turn this camera around so that you get to see my lovely face yet again. And what we're going to do is now share. After that bit of an invitation, and after most of our invitations, what we'll do is share. And the way we will share is through what I call a chatterfall. So if you're not familiar with the chatterfall, before you hit that send button, what I want you to do is this. In one word, just share how you are feeling right now from that one invitation with our pleasures of presence. So go ahead and just key in that one word. Do not hit send yet. When I say go ahead, you'll hit send. And then what I'll do is just try and read everything all at once. So all those replies will be sent at once, hence the chatterfall. Then I'll go ahead and read them off. So I'll give you a moment to think of that word, of how you are currently feeling. And then go ahead and hit send. So I'm going to give you a countdown, 3, 2, 1. Okay, Mustafa, calm is what I see. What else do we have? Calm, meditative, relaxed, peaceful. Calm. Awesome. Thank you for sharing, everybody. I do appreciate that. Fresh, Joe, Cooper, fresh. Joe's feeling fresh. Oh, I love it. Enlivened. Thank you, Dr. Wong. Again, thank you for sharing, everybody. Gratitude, Jennifer, sharing gratitude. Renewed. Thank you, Elizabeth. So our next invitation is what's in motion. And that's just, well, self-explanatory. We're going to observe what's in motion, and you can observe what's in motion before you in your area, or you can observe what's in motion here at the Arboretum once I flip this around so you don't have to see my lovely face. Let's go ahead and swap that around. And we'll just be noticing, again, what's in motion. I'm just going to start off here at this little pond at the Azalea Garden, and then I'm going to make my way around. And if you didn't hear, there's a young lad here exploring the Arboretum, and I love it. And he and his parents and their little puppy pie are walking away, but they too are in motion. So go ahead and slowly observe what's in motion. Again, observing what's in your immediate area, or if you just enjoy watching what's in front of us here at the Arboretum. Alrighty, everybody, let's bring ourselves back to focus here. And again, we'll just do another chatterfall. And this time our prompt is, what did you observe? If we do that in perhaps 2 words. 2 words. Observe. There was something you observed as before, or perhaps something that you saw. And take a moment to key in those 2 words. And again, just wait for me, give you the green light. Get another moment before we start to do that. And 3, 2, 1, go ahead and send. Path and colors. Bird. Rejuvenating and refreshing. Flowing energy. I like that, Christine. Flowing energy, yes. All right, and I think that's everyone who's shared, so thank you, everybody. 2 words, do appreciate that. And let's go on to our next invitation. Yes, Anurita, I hope I pronounced that correctly. Chirping birds and leaves. Okay, thank you, Anurita. And now, let's, oh, that was a bird that just flew right by me. Caught me. So that was one thing that was in motion that I just saw. Unfortunately, I'm not a birder, so I'm not even sure what kind of bird that was that just flew by. All right, so for this next invitation, again, we'll just keep an eye out and just observe what we either see in front of you or on the screen here at the Arboretum. And what we're going to observe for are, well, I'll put it this way. Just observe and see things that capture your eye. And I'll be taking saunter again. Whatever draws your attention. Let's go ahead and switch this on. Here. And as I said, we'll slowly make our way throughout the rest of the azalea collection. So if we can bring ourselves back to center, focus in here. Again, we'll just do a chatter fall, but this time we'll do something a wee bit different. We'll have three words to describe what you observed, what you noticed in 3 words. We'll see if we can make this into almost a poem-like thing. Let's see if we could do something like that, have a little bit of art collaboration here. So if you all could just take a few moments, go ahead and key in those 3 words, and I'll have you send it in a moment. So, you ready? Mustafa, there we go. Pink, purple, and white. Thank you for sharing. Fallen log, big sky, purple flowers, leaves, tree trunks, paths. Abundance of life, spring, flower, pine cone. Green, green, green. I like that. Green, green. Color, clarity, concentration. Leafiness, colors, lushness. Drum. And after I drum, we're going to have a tea ceremony. So you can again get comfortable wherever you may be. You can either close your eyes or bring your focus to a soft gaze. And we'll go ahead and continue this. Welcome back, everybody. And I don't know if I'm trying to angle this to see, to hopefully that everyone can see the tea, well, the little teacups we have here. And I do have 3 teacups. And I do have some tea here in this bottle. For these teacups, I have one for myself, one for each of you, and then a third one for our host. And our host being the grounds here at the National Arboretum. And I do want to acknowledge the stewards of this land before the USDA and the Arboretum took over. And that is the First Nations, the tribes of the Piscataway and the Anacostia. I would like to acknowledge them for this land that they've shared and given to us. And not only them, but also the Arboretum. And then most importantly, also the future stewards of this land. And not only this land, but the land, the green space that is near you as well. So if there's any thoughts or prayers that you would like to say, go ahead and take a moment. Whether you put that in the chatter or in the chatter fall, or if you want to say that out loud. go ahead and do that. You just put that right into here. Just focus those words, those energies into this teacup. And if for those of you that did key something into the chat box, go ahead. Wishing the best for future generations and to take care of the stewardship of Mother Earth. Thank you, Dr. Wong, for sharing that. Lovely, I like it. And for us to do our part with what time that we have. Very true. So true. Amen. Says Mustafa. Thank you for sharing. And what I'm going to do is, oh, may all creatures be nourished by your presence with us. Yes, thank you, Elizabeth. I'm going to take this teacup and the tea that's in here, which is a ginger tea, by the way, in case anyone was wondering. And I'm going to take this and share this back with the earth. And the cup that's here for each of you, I just want to say thank you, Dr. Wong, to Jen, and the teams at Capital Integrative Health for having this time, being on this walk. So this one is to each and every one of you. Oh, you're welcome, Sage. So grateful to share this time with you. Thank you, Christine. And from Swati, this is wonderful, so calming. Thank you for offering this. My pleasure. And Dr. Wong says, thank you, Sage. So again, my pleasure. I love doing this. As I tell folks, I am a professional tree hugger. It's what I do. Thank you, Sage and Dr. Wong and team. And Jennifer says, thank you, beautiful. So this too, this ginger tea, I will share back to the earth. And then my cup, which is green, but of course. And this one I will not pour back to the earth. Since I am here, I will definitely take a sip of this, or a shot, if you will. So again, thank you everyone for joining us. And again, thank you, Dr. Wong and Jen, for having us and hosting. And again, thank you to our great hostess, this land and this green space. I know we have about, what, 10 minutes left. So if there are any questions, comments, concerns, go ahead and ask, and well, I'll see if I can answer them.
Well, thank you so much, Sage. This is such a beautiful experience with you, with the community here. And of course, we want to thank you for all of your energy, beautiful energy here. Attention, mindfulness, presence, communion with the earth here. Thank Mother Earth. This is one of our friends said the other day that I was saying Happy Earth Day, but really every day is Earth Day. So just a good reminder to keep connected every day, because Earth is always supporting us, and this is something we ideally would return the favor.
Very true. And it looked like there was a question there. Someone was asking if I let me go back to chats and see what that question was. Unless somebody can read that last query.
Do you lead this kind of walk
There we
at
go.
other time? Yeah.
Yes, I do lead walks like that here at the National Arboretum. And dare I say, you could go to the Friend of the National Arboretum, go to their website, and then just check their calendar of events. And then also you can check in with, I think it's through Eventbrite as well. And just as a heads up, things are in the works, because we were having this conversation, or I was having this conversation yesterday with one of the reps from the Kenilworth Aquatic Gardens. So I'm going to be lining up some walks there this month as well. So keep that in mind. You can definitely check their calendar to see when we're going to have walks That's definitely going to be because it is Mental Health Month. So I definitely would love to do that. And so again, just keep your eyes out for that. I think they might be doing that through Eventbrite. To be honest, I'm not quite sure yet if that will be through there, but dare I wager so. The next walk I have here at the Arboretum, I do believe is filled up, and that will be for this Sunday for Mother's Day. And yeah, I believe that is already filled up. So, but like I said, you can go through them and you can definitely see more walks there. And then through my website, you can definitely connect with me if you wanted to do a one-on-one walk as well. So those are the walks, and I believe I do have something lined up also with in Bowie, Maryland, and there should be a, oh, I think it's a Greener Mind. Oh, we're gonna wait for this lawnmower to pass.
Sage, can I share with people, folks here, your email? They could just email you if
Oh,
they're interested.
yes, yes, yes. By all means, go ahead, and that would be Sage at Raindancer. That will work. That would be it. Okay. So I don't know if anyone has any questions or comments or concerns, but I'm more than willing to answer any more if we have the time to do so.
Yeah, I'm ready to enjoy some green spaces, some green walk later today. It's
Right on.
inspiring me here to do this, Sage. Thank you.
Right on. You're welcome. My pleasure as always.
Yeah, and just a little shout out to the, I like to sometimes throw in some science tidbits to this. We know that forest bathing, it intuitively feels right. It feels, like we're doing something for our health and wellness, where it's connected to nature because we are nature. Like we are part of nature, actually, even though we talk about we need to connect with nature, but we already are nature. But this reminds us of that. And so forest bathing has been shown in studies to increase immune system strength, to increase natural killer cell counts. That means that people will have better immune systems, better able to fight off viruses, better able to, healthy digestion, things like that. But also, we know that going out in nature lowers cortisol. There's many things that will lower cortisol, acupuncture and yoga and mind body techniques like heart math and meditation. For instance, some of the things, forest bathing, being out in nature is another way to lower cortisol. Massage therapy will also lower cortisol. This has also been shown, of course. And so, all these things, what I really like about forest bathing and being out in nature, last week I was hiking for 3 straight days there. This is something that we have access to in general. I mean, there's some, you might have to drive somewhere, you might have to take your bus or, go somewhere for it. It may not be right in your backyard, but there are places in the DC area, there are places wherever you're calling in from or listening from where there's some green spaces around you that can be what I have a question. Yeah, actually, thanks, Deborah. Great minds think alike, or at least we're thinking alike here. So how often, minimum or maximum, should be the aim to be out in nature? That's a great question. I was about to ask that to your Sage.
Great, great, great question also. Yes, I would say this. What I've seen in research and articles, they're saying at the very least, or yeah, at the very least 20 minutes. And at the most, the rest of your life. But no, you could probably spend several hours outside. If you go camping and you spend the entire weekend outside through hiking, like say for example, the Appalachian Trail, that's going to be what, maybe 6 months of being outside. So I would say that there is no max because, as Dr. Wong mentioned, we are part of nature. We are unfortunately the only species on this planet that has been reserved to be indoors. We've locked ourselves in boxes. These boxes are our homes, our cars. So a few hours a day would definitely be helpful if you have the time. And even if it's a challenge to go outdoors, because I do know for some folks that is a challenge right now, even more so during the height of COVID. And if you can't go outside, even just watching a screen of green space and listening to outdoor sounds like bird song or even listening to water. So if you put something on, let's say, for example, like YouTube and just put nature sounds, that definitely would help relax you as well. So um, I saw something there that said something about rainy days. I missed that.
Oh, I was just, I don't know if my math, I actually don't think my math is right, but no, I was just saying like, there's this whole movement for, and I'm sure you get more hours than this, but 1,000 hours per year. There's a website's called 1000hoursperyear.com and stuff. You can print out calendars. So I try to print out a calendar. I think a patient here actually introduced us to this. So what you do is every hour you spend outside, you fill in a little bubble. I mean, if you're kind of like a data tracker, like I like to track stuff. I just fill in a little bubble, like, yeah, I was outside, but what I noticed is that I'm outside more now because I have that little tracker. I just am more mindful of it, and it feels so good, just keep on doing it. But I think if you're outside more when it's sunny, and most people like to be more outside when it's sunny. I mean, it's always good to be outside, at any time, as long as it's not like severe weather, even the rain. Being outside is a good thing. Of course, rain is going to have that negative antioxidants, which is good for your system. There's something about the energetics of rainfall, of moving water, as you probably know, whether it's like beach water, wave water, rainy water. I don't know if people, maybe if anyone here is still here, it's about an hour, so thanks for staying this long. But when the rain comes down, I think there's a negative antioxidant effect, which is a good, meaning a beneficial effect on the body. So sometimes I try to be out in the rain. Sometimes you can carry an umbrella, sometimes not, but that's actually really good for your body to be out in the rain.
Yes, it is. And
Right.
with a last name like Raindancer, obviously I would definitely say, go outside in the rain. Don't be afraid of the rain.
Dance in the rain, yeah.
Something that we used to say in the army was, if it ain't raining, we ain't training.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah. I mean, even if you have a rain jacket or an umbrella, go outside in the rain. There's something soothing, actually, of the sounds of rain.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so again, that would definitely help reduce whatever stress there may be. And honestly, there's a saying in the outdoor industry of, there's no such thing as bad weather, just
Yeah.
bad gear. Yeah.
Ooh, yeah, yeah. Figure it out. Yeah, yeah. I like that. That's great.
Yeah.
That's
But
great.
yep. And I definitely would say that, if you've got the time to go outside, definitely go outside. And even if you don't feel that, you don't have this luxurious, like, the green space like here at the Arboretum, even if you go and look at a plant,
Mm-hmm.
and even if you do this thing called a sit spot, that's something I definitely highly recommend. A sit spot. All that is really is just finding 20 minutes at the minimum of a spot that's near the green space near where you live.
Mm-hmm.
And whether that's sitting next to a thin little tree or a sapling, or if it's deep into the woods, if you spend 20 minutes there, okay, and you do that maybe 3 or 4 times a week, and then you do that maybe 2 to 3 times, or 2 to 3 seasons, I should say,
Mm-hmm.
then what I guarantee, I would highly wager, maybe I can't guarantee it, but I would highly, highly wager that you will have an effect on that environment, in that little space, because the creatures that live there, more than human beings,
Yeah.
will start to notice you. They'll notice your presence. They'll pick up on your scent.
Mm-hmm.
They'll realize that, oh, this creature is coming back here, and is almost living here now, because they just see that it's a repetitive thing that you're doing. So I think they would definitely recognize you, and you'd be interested, or rather, I think you'd be interested to see the effects that you have from just doing a sit spot 20 minutes a day.
One more question. I think
Yes.
that's good. Any thoughts on earthing, on connecting to the ground without rubber-soled shoes? There's this whole movement towards connecting more to the ground, and we know that in general, having a negative antioxidant effect is good for your body, and so do things like rainwater,
Mhm.
dancing in the rain, moving water. and earthing. What do you think about earthing, and how often should we be doing that?
I find, okay, so yes, I do believe in earthing. I do find it funny that it has a name now, but I bet you a handful of us probably did that when we were younger. We were
Yeah,
just running around barefoot.
yeah.
And if we look at the larger picture, the larger timeline, we've only had shoes on for, well, especially rubber shoes, for, since what, just a name, not, I don't even know if it's been 100 years.
I think it's been the 1960s.
1960s, there we go,
Yeah,
rubber shoes,
yeah.
since the 60s. So, truly, it hasn't really been that long in the existence of humanity. We've been walking around barefoot. I know there are tribes and folks have been walking around with animal skins. Okay, so they would still be able to feel the earth, and even walking in the water, going into a creek or a beach or a stream or a river.
Hmm.
We were barefoot at that time. So I definitely think it can be done. I definitely think it should be done. It definitely reconnects us to the ground. Now, time frame wise, honestly, I'm not sure. I mean, again, I default to like we are nature, so spend all the time out there.
As
But
possible.
we
Yeah.
obviously can't do it in this time and age. So whether that be 20 minutes minimum or even just a few hours a day, I think would be helpful.
I've heard some experts, and I don't know if this is based on research or not, but just at a minimum, like once a week for 15 minutes, 20 minutes, just to reset the grounding and reset the oxidation reduction, sort of the electromagnetic polarity in your body,
Mhm.
so that kind of thing. Since we're all kind of often on computers, on Zoom, but we're not always connected to the earth. So I think once a week, in a sunny environment like today, what I personally do is I wear cotton socks. So I'll just go out because cotton will not block those antioxidants, but rubber shoes will. So you just take off your shoes, wear the socks if you want, or barefoot, and then you just go out on stand on your lawn or stand on some grass somewhere, and you'll get some earthing in. They're really free and therapeutic medicine, for us here, is to connect back to nature. Thank you so much, Sage, for being on. We'd love to have you back on in the fall, hopefully, if your schedule allows for that, or some other
Mhm.
time soon. But thank you so much. This is so beautiful today. Thank you for sharing the journey, your walk through the arboretum with us today, and the beautiful tea ceremony, the drumming. I love the drumming. It just kind of calmed calmed everything down in the nervous system there. That was great. So yeah, thank you so much. Just so much gratitude, love. Thank you so much.
You're
And we'll
welcome.
talk again soon. Yeah, thank you everyone for participating in this during the chatter call. I love the chatter call too.
Yes. Well, thank you, Dr. Wong, and thank you, Jen, again, and thanks to your team for having me. And again, it was my pleasure. I enjoy doing this, and this is obviously a passion of mine. So take care, everybody, and again, thank you for joining us. And unfortunately, you may have to go back to work, but
Go
you're
back
going
to
back
work.
to
Yep.
work in a better frame of mind, right?
Absolutely.
There we
Absolutely.
go. All right, take care, folks.
Thanks, Age.
You're welcome.